The Manhattan Project was one of the most secretive and ambitious scientific endeavors in human history. It was a project aimed at developing the first nuclear weapons, which would eventually be used to end World War II. It was named after the Manhattan Engineer District of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, which was responsible for managing the project. The project was initiated in 1942, and over the next 3 years, it involved over 130,000 people and cost over $2 billion, equivalent to over $27 billion today. In this episode, we will explore the disturbing history of the Manhattan Project and some of the personalities involved. The origins of the Manhattan Project can be traced back to the discovery of nuclear fission by German physicists Otto Hahn and Fritz Strassmann in 1938. The potential military applications of nuclear energy were soon realized, and a race began to develop the first nuclear weapons. The United States government established the Office of Scientific Research and Development, OSRD, in 1941, which was tasked with developing new technologies for the war effort. The OSRD established a special committee, the S1 section, to oversee the development of nuclear weapons. In 1942, the Manhattan Engineer District was created, and General Leslie Groves was appointed as its director. The project was initially based at Columbia University in New York City, under the supervision of physicist Enrico Fermi. Fermi and his team conducted a series of experiments to demonstrate the feasibility of a controlled nuclear chain reaction. On December 2, 1942, Fermi and his team achieved the first self-sustaining nuclear chain reaction in a pile of graphite and uranium at the University of Chicago. The Manhattan Project then moved to a new facility in Los Alamos, New Mexico, which was designed to be a top-secret laboratory for the development of nuclear weapons. The Los Alamos laboratory was run by physicist J. Robert Oppenheimer, who assembled a team of some of the brightest minds in science, including physicists Hans Bethe, Richard Feynman, and Edward Teller. The primary objective of the Manhattan Project was the development of the atomic bomb. There were two different designs for the bomb: the gun-type design and the implosion design. The gun-type design involved firing two subcritical masses of uranium-235 together to create a supercritical mass that would explode. The implosion design involved compressing a subcritical mass of plutonium-239 with conventional explosives to create a supercritical mass. The gun-type design was ultimately used for the bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima, Japan, on August 6, 1945. The bomb, known as Little Boy, was 28 inches in diameter and 120 inches long, and it had a yield of approximately 15 kilotons of TNT. The bomb was dropped by the B-29 bomber Enola Gay, piloted by Colonel Paul Tibbets. The explosion killed approximately 140,000 people, and thousands more would later die from radiation sickness. The implosion design was used for the bomb that was dropped on Nagasaki, Japan, on August 9, 1945. The bomb, known as Fat Man, was 60 inches in diameter and 128 inches long, and it had a yield of approximately 21 kilotons of TNT. The bomb was dropped by the B-29 bomber Boxcar, piloted by Major Charles Sweeney. The explosion killed approximately 70,000 people. The Manhattan Project was the first and only time that nuclear weapons have been used in warfare. The bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki marked the end of World War II and the beginning of the nuclear age. The project involved a vast array of personnel, including scientists, engineers, military personnel, and support staff. Some of the key figures involved in the project include J. Robert Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer was the director of the Los Alamos laboratory and is often referred to as the father of the atomic bomb. After the war, Oppenheimer became a vocal opponent of nuclear weapons and was accused of being a communist sympathizer during the McCarthy era. Leslie Groves. Groves was the director of the Manhattan Engineer District and was responsible for overseeing the construction of the facilities at Los Alamos and other sites involved in the project. Enrico Fermi. Fermi was a physicist who played a key role in the development of the first nuclear reactor. He led the team of scientists who achieved the first self-sustaining nuclear chain reaction at the University of Chicago in 1942. The impact of the Manhattan Project on world history cannot be overstated. The development of nuclear weapons changed the nature of warfare and had far-reaching implications for international relations. The Cold War between the United States and the Soviet Union was largely defined by the arms race between the two superpowers, with both sides developing and stockpiling nuclear weapons. The use of atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki also had a profound impact on Japanese society and culture. The bombings were devastating, killing and injuring hundreds of thousands of people and causing widespread destruction. The bombings also led to a widespread fear of nuclear weapons and their potential for destruction. In the decades that followed, the world saw a proliferation of nuclear weapons, with several countries developing their own nuclear arsenals. The threat of nuclear war and the potential for nuclear accidents or attacks remains a major concern today. The Manhattan Project was a remarkable achievement of human ingenuity and scientific research. It demonstrated the incredible power of nuclear energy and the potential for its use in both destructive and constructive ways. The legacy of the Manhattan Project continues to shape international relations and global security today, and it serves as a reminder of the need for responsible stewardship of nuclear technology. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.